Dinner at our house was supposed to be a low-key affair, but it quickly soured when my wife's friend, a teacher who spends most of her time venting about impossible parents and disrespectful kids, started discussing her February lesson plans. She mentioned she was drafting a fact sheet on Martin Luther King Jr. My son, a massive Star Trek fan, piped up with a fun fact: "You should include that Mulk was a huge Star Trek fan." The friend didn't just disagree, she was patronizing. With a dismissive smirk, she told him that King likely would have liked the show if he'd been alive when it aired. When my son corrected her, explaining that Dr. King used to watch it with his daughters, she doubled down, insisting he died before the show premiered. I couldn't sit by and watch her gaslight him. I told her she was wrong and my son was right. Her response? She called me a perfect example of a parent who can't admit when their child is wrong. I countered that she was a perfect example of a teacher who fails to connect with students because she refuses to respect them. My wife, sensing the tension, forced a subject change, but it sat poorly with me. After dessert, I pulled up a video of Nichelle Nichols describing her famous encounter with Dr. King, where he encouraged her to stay on the show. I played it for the room. The friend was livid. "Why couldn't you just let it lie?" she demanded. "She told me I had no idea what it was like to be a teacher." "I don't," I replied, "but I know you are a bad one." When she argued that I'd never seen her in a classroom, I didn't back down. I told her I didn't need to see her at a chalkboard to know who she was. People don't fundamentally change their character when they clock in. If she was this dismissive and arrogant in a living room, she was likely the same with her students. Now, she's bailed on our fireworks plans, calling me nasty. My wife agrees that I'm technically right about the facts, but thinks I'm the asshole for reviving the argument. She believes I should have shown my son the video in private later to teach him grace. I disagree. I want my son to know that when he is right and being treated with condescension, his father will have his back, especially against an expert who refuses to learn.